Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate your support as always. Today we're going to talk about SA, gathering SA, and what I kind of call coming up for air. You know, sometimes you get so deep into the aggression pool that you are way out in the deep end alone with no support. So every once in a while in this game, and even if you're playing more carefully and more passively, you can really get enamored of what's right in front of you, the soda straw. Try to come up for air. Try to pause for a second, look around, move your camera around, check the mini map, and gather SA. What's going on around me? What's going on the other side of the map? What if I push forward at this point, what's likely to happen? If I fall back, what's likely to happen? What can I assess based on what I'm seeing? How much information do I have to make decisions? So I'm here in my FV 201, sorry, A45, which is a tier 7, kind of a weird, to be quite honest, British tank. It's essentially a, what is it, Black Prince. I'm trying to get by this guy, fortunately. Sorry, buddy. Essentially a Black Prince of a different kind. It's got the little pew-pew gun that you see a lot in the British tanks at tier 6 and 7 before you start to get into some decently sized ones. And not a lot of mobility. The turret's okay, but not great. But I do like it in terms of it being an all-rounder because it can kind of do everything you want a heavy to do, even if it's not impressive in any of them. I actually was going in auto mode here and doing something on another screen, so we'll just ram into that rock a little bit. We're in a standard battle, so I'm not too worried about, obviously, the fast cap thing going on. It is problematic sometimes going up in here to the northeast when it's an encounter battle, because in a slow tank like this, you might get a fast cap if your team is not very competent. But my team's doing what I think they should be. I've got some help down here. I've got guys holding out in the middle, but I am a little concerned about the west side, right? So we're going to keep an eye on that. I was able to gather that information while we drove because I wasn't doing anything other than kind of watching the minimap and driving my tank, even though I wasn't driving it very well when I rammed the rock. So what I'm gleaning from all of this is, okay, they've got a good number of their heavies down here. So take a look at the little lights. These are all the guys that are spotted, right? The only thing not spotted is a T-150, a Basoto, that makes sense, a BDR, and an Archer. That also makes sense, okay? So there might be a few more down here, probably not too many, and maybe a couple camping back here, but that's a good amount of their tanks. So for the moment, we're okay. We'll come in here. It does take a while for this thing to reload, but if we're careful moving back and forth and we push up right when we're reloaded, we can maximize the DPM. I'm basically able to shoot just about the second I am reloaded over and over again. I'm really challenging these guys. I'm not going to give up what I'm doing until they prove they can hit me. The poor 100Y is getting absolutely shredded. He takes a shot and misses, and then I hit the ground. I think I do it twice here, actually. So that's the danger of not letting it fully zoom right there. There we go. Finally get another shot in. And we're really doing a number on these guys. We got them stuffed right there, and we've got enough firepower that they couldn't really push in on us. Tiger bounces. I'll take it. He reloads relatively quickly. So this is a tier 7 via tier 7. He hits harder. Another bounce. I'll take it. At least the turret's hanging out and standing tough for the moment. Look at that. I'm able to shred this guy. Try to take a quick little shot. It doesn't work out. All right, and we have shut this down. All right, come up for air. Right while I was talking, that was me fighting that fight, doing everything I could to maximize this flank. So I really haven't paid attention much to the rest of the map. This is where I need to come up for air. And really, honestly, your cross-check should be faster than even this. At some point in there, I probably should have taken a glance down. But it's at this point I realize, based on what is spotted over on the west side and the southwest, and how our team is doing, that I'm a little bit worried that flank's going to be a problem. So what do? Do we just finish off the KV-1 and push into their cap? No, there's enough campers, or enough unspotted, Basoto, BDR, and Archer, that I really don't want to just go try to walk onto their cap. Because what's going to happen, guys? Come up for air. Take a minute to assess this battle. Let's go ahead and increase the size of the map right here. I'll scooch out of the way just a little bit here. If we go pushing across this open space right here, what's likely to happen? It's likely the three of those guys are over here somewhere, if not already back here. It's likely some of these guys may peel back and shred us and get shots. Now, we are winning the middle, which is nice. That's helpful. But there really is no reason to just drive across the open and start trying to take on whatever might be camping, especially when this side is still in doubt. So what I'd rather have happen is these guys flow to the middle. Maybe one or two kind of hang out here and see if they have any sniper shots, but everyone else sort of flow to the middle. Now, problematic, a Giro is really slow, a KV-1 is really slow, but a 34/100 has options. So we trade a KV-1 for a KV-1. I'm taking a bit of a chance right here, honestly, of getting spotted and shot in the side. But I need to get up into the middle if I can. And it looks like the T-29 and the rest of them, the Leo, and the Leo's in great shape. Well, not great shape, but he's got some hit points. Are kind of tearing up our guys that were in the middle. Fortunately, we kill the T-29. That's very helpful. So now I'm not worried about him shooting me in the side or joining the Leo. And look at, we got guys clicking over here. Yeah, so, and just watch the chat, standard, everybody's mad. We got people clicking over here. Yeah, there's probably dudes, probably a dude or dudes over here, right? Let's clean this up. Let's clean the middle up. Clean it up. Oh, crap. What's going on at the cap? Let's clean that up, right? These are the aggressive players. These dudes back here, guys, look. If they're going to camp like that, if they've designated themselves, you know, a more careful or defensive player, or I'm going to defend the cat, let them. Let them. They can let them sit there. They'll sit there for a really long time. They will. And you don't have to deal with them. You don't have to push into them. You don't have to be shot by them. You probably need to be careful here in the middle in case they get sniper shots. These dudes who are exposing themselves and pushing, they need to go, right? Because if they beat this crew over here, now they're in our cap and causing us problems. Let's go kill the aggressive players who are out in the open. Instead of push into the hiding campy guys, we're probably going to sit around for quite a long time. So Leo's got low hit points. We're going to come in here and try to shut this down. Boom, we hit him. That's the problem with this tank's alpha, is it just takes a little bit to get rid of this guy. There we go. Just take a shot on him, see if we can kill him. All right, great. Now the 34-100 has pushed across. Obviously coming to try to help kill this guy, but we've lost some dudes down here, right? We had a bunch of tanks. We lost a couple in here, and that's what I'm worried about. Basoto is a 300 alpha gun. Might be a slightly more. I think it's 300. That hurts. That's a tier 6. That's slapping you for 300. I don't want to give that guy any more shots than I have to where he's hidden and I can't reply. And even as it's a relatively bad reload, look at this. Then I get hit by the BDR. Ooh, good SA. The BDR is there. Weird. Oh, the Archer. Check it out. Now I know where they all are. So all three of the unseen guys are back here defending. Plus probably maybe the Sturb and the Chaffee. Who knows? Right? So 34-100, man, I mean, I get what he was doing there to some extent, but we got a problem still back here. Now is not the time to push into 3, maybe 5 campers. Let's go deal with the dudes back at the cap. So we're going to back out of this thing. And the 34-100 pushes in, and then he's going to get salty because he gets killed. He finds the Archer. He does have some snipers, but it looks like the Staghound and the BDR are both worried about the 150. They kill the Comet. That's a good kill. And the Sturv over there. One of the Sturvs, anyway. There's 2 of them. We'll come back over here, and I don't think I actually get a shot, but I'm here in case they get through. The T-29's sort of been sitting back there the whole game and has a good game. Mad Manor back there. Great. I'm not even bothered I didn't get any shots. Came back to make sure it didn't go south, and let's now turn around, and this is what I'm talking about. Went to the north, won the flank. Came across to the middle, looked for shots, got rid of the Leo, helped win the middle. Excellent. Oh, look, the west is a problem. Flow that way in case I'm needed. I'm not. Great. Turn back around. Now let's go dig out the campers. Now's the time to dig out the campers. Generally, they're the worst players on the team. Generally. Not always. Sometimes you get the good player who's fallen back or sees it developing on his own team, and he's back there, and you have to deal with him as well. But we also have a lot of map, and map control's the deal. We have good vision control. We have good map control at this point. Going to be a lot more map control as we start to push from the west. This is all in our favor, right? Don't walk into him. Now, 34-100 is still getting aggressive, but he's low on hit points, and at some point they're just going to take him out. He's got 236 hit points. I'm moving back across in case he wants to back around the corner, but it looks like he's kind of trapped or doesn't want to. I don't know. He doesn't come back around. He loses 160, gets one more shot on these guys, and dies here pretty quickly, I think. He might get one more shot in. Oh, look, there's the Basoto. Okay. Nope, he's behind the rock. That's good essay, actually. That's one of the reasons why I zoom in like that. Get a little picture of where he is, what he's behind or not behind. But wow, there's still a lot of tanks. It's 10 to 7. So the 34-100 says, hello, team. You can leave the middle of the map now. No, we couldn't, dude. No, we couldn't have. Not until we cleaned up that push. Now, the Chaffee makes his own mistake and pushes into a couple of our tanks. So that's good for us, killing off a scout. And I think he dies here pretty quickly. That's huge. So I turned around in case he got a little spicy. I don't want him behind me. And am I typing here? Maybe I'm typing. What are you scared of, etc., etc. Right, so I said you pushed when our cap was in trouble, so you got hung out. I mean, that's the bottom line, fellas. It is, yeah, he definitely got hung out. He had a little bit of support. There's a couple guys, I think, looking that way. But once he goes around the corner, you know, where he died, once he goes around that big rock, I'm not sure what he expected. So this is the come up for air, right? At some point, you should have looked at it and go, ooh, we're not in a position, and my team is not in a position to support me. And I'm kind of hiding out right here to see what's going on. I'm like, all right, KV1, if you want to do that, go for it. And, yeah, so you're doing nothing for our cap, though, A45. Well, I was. All right. BDR. I didn't know if that was destructible. I'm going to try to shoot it again. I don't think it is, no. All right, so pretty quickly here, it's going to be time for me to push in. Our guys have gone across, so now we've got them pushed back a little bit. There's the archer. He dies, and off we go. I did get lit, though. That gave the BDR the SA that I was coming. I was trying to carve around here so he wouldn't get a shot, and then he shows up and I got crud. That's a miss. Bummer. Takes a chunk out of me. 251. Now I see the Basoto up there. That shell didn't look like it was going anywhere near that guy on the fly out. But somehow, armor not hit. I guess I got a piece of the last pixel of the track that was sticking up before it got behind the hill right there. So we're at 2,154. Another free shot on the BDR GBD. So we shoot him. Little W late game right there. We're up 2,400 and 700 assist. And I'm just going to keep pushing. I end up with the kill off this thing. T-34 sucks. Everyone's mad. Everyone's mad. That's the beauty. That's the beauty. Everyone is mad. Just come around here. I know I can take a hit from him. I'm not worried about it. He doesn't even get it. We kill him off. Ends up with 4 kills, 2,455 damage, 735 assists. So, come up for air. As much as you can. Try to add that into your cross-check. It will only help you get better. Take a look around. Now, it's an entirely different question of what I'm seeing and how I'm assessing it, and then what my choices are after that. What I decide to do it in the old OODA loop. The act part, the decision part, all that good stuff. But the observe part requires you to take an active interest in the observation. Meaning that not just your flank, but when you can, as much as you can, pay attention to the wider picture of the entire match. What flanks are doing, where people are, how things are going. And try not to get stuck in the aggressive swim into the deep area, into the aggressive deep part of the pool, where, yeah, it's a lot of fun over there, but you can drown pretty quickly if you don't have any friends. So watch out for that. 34-100 actually had a pretty good game. And honestly, he'd have done us a lot better if he wouldn't have YOLO'd in there. There just was no support. And I've done this before. I've done that push myself and been mad as well that there was no support. But many, many times, if you look at the replay and look at it, you realize why there was no support. There was a great reason. Sometimes people just don't. You know, I'm not saying there isn't a situation where you would keep the pedal to the metal. It just, in this one, it did not look that way to me. I felt like we needed to deal with the middle, then deal with the northwest, and then we could come down. And as we did, gobble up the campers. Because you can see with map control and the different angles, they're not going to last long. They won't last long doing that. All right, guys, that's all I've got. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you.